Rocker Skating Podcast news of the week, and it is the last full week of December of 2025, and it's making me a little nervous. Is it making you nervous, Michelle?
Just a little bit. It came up very quickly. I'm not sad to say goodbye to 2025, but I'm a little nervous about saying hello to 2026.
Things are happening. Well, a lot of the things that are happening is that Olympic teams are getting confirmed, and some miracles are happening at the end of the year. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Daria Danilova and Michelle Siba have been sort of in jeopardy of the Olympic spot that they earned last year at Worlds because the Netherlands has a specific kind of criterion for getting on to the Olympic team, and that has to do with scoring. Was it 185? Was it?
Yeah, it was 185. It was quite high.
Very high, and so they were sort of required to get a 185 or higher at some international competition in order for them to actually get the spot. And luckily for them and for all of us as figure skating fans, they got the spot without getting the minimum score, which is great.
Yeah.
So we will see Danilova and Shiba at Milano at the Olympics. And they will be the first Dutch pairs team to ever compete at the Olympics.
Let's go.
So fun. More pairs. Anastasia Golubieva got her Australian citizenship as
Yay.
she had told me to keep secret, basically, for a few weeks.
You kept the secret?
I had to. She was
So
like,
very nice.
she was like, you can't say anything. I'm like, fine. No, she actually didn't even say that. She was like, she hinted at it, and then she was like, don't even talk about the hinting. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So that was kind of what happened, but great to see them.
Yeah.
They were not looking their best at Golden Spin at the beginning of December. So hopefully they're making some improvements before getting to the Olympics. I wonder if they're going to do 4 continents now, especially, they need
Team
some
event, so might as well.
Yeah, it'd be helpful, right,
Yeah.
to get a little bit of competition time under their belts, especially since they haven't done a full competition this year. But they'll be in. Therefore, the spots that we thought were going to potentially clear up are not clearing up for alternates. The only one I think left now is the Uzbekistan one, which has not been released. And there aren't many more competitions left before they can do that.
Yeah.
I think they actually have to confirm whether or not they're using the spot like in early January. I have to go back and look at the rules. So soon we will know. And so the next spot would go to the French.
France.
Yeah.
And they'll be there anyway for the team event, so,
So they will be prepared. A couple other things. Rinko Watanabe announced that she
Isopod
is
Queen.
going to be going for another 4 years, which before nationals, she had contemplating retirement after the season. And I think there was a lot of fire being lit under her after both the success of the last few competitions and the disappointment of not scoring the way that she thought she was going to score based on how she did there. And so we'll see her for another 4 years, which is fantastic. There's a chance that we're going to see her again this season at Worlds. We just need one withdrawal from from those three,
Mm-hmm.
and it's post-Olympic world, so the withdrawals are likely. So hopefully she continues to keep it up there. Adam Southam fought out of Europeans to
Mm-hmm.
do more training, probably useful.
Yeah.
Um, and then what happened in Michigan, Michelle?
Yeah, the U.S. Figure Skating Nationals media guide came out, and all of the MIDA teams, the Michigan Ice Dance Academy teams, have taken Charlie White out of their list of coaches. So they're still with Greg Zerline and Tanith, but they are not working with Charlie White anymore. So as far as I can tell, I don't believe he's coaching in that school anymore. But I'm sure we'll get more information once we get to nationals.
Yeah, that was quite the shock for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people. Less of a shock for folks on the inside, but it
Mm-hmm.
was yeah, we won't see Charlie White. We haven't seen Charlie White much this season,
He was at
period.
Cup of China.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was sort of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Yeah.
glean from that what you will. We're not going to talk about any gossip here, but
Mm-hmm.
things have happened for sure. All right, shall we talk about the only national championships that happened this weekend during Christmas?
Sure.
I mean,
Let's
Christmas
go.
came for a lot of the skating world
Mm-hmm.
a week early at Japan Nationals, and they came again for Chinese Nationals. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of this was looking at what will happen to the one spot in each discipline
Mm-hmm.
that the Chinese team has. And lo and behold, not surprisingly, it was the same four coming out of Cup of China who ended up getting the four spots to the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics. So Wenjing Shui and Shang Han got theirs with a 32-point win. We'll talk about that. Wang and Liu got their dance spot, 202.06 in the dance event. Boyang Jin convincingly winning in the men's event, but we'll talk about what happened with the silver medalist because silver medalist wasn't even in contention because he wasn't at Cup of China, and a lot of us were like he should have been given how well he was
Mm-hmm.
skating earlier in the season. And then Wu Yangzhang held off Yizhu for the women's spot, and it was unfortunately had Beverly done better at the Cup of China, it would have been
Mm-hmm.
a much more intriguing, close kind of race. That they ended up being separated by 4 points at Chinese Nationals, and
Yeah.
I think Beverly Zhu probably skated some of the best skating of her career here,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't enough. She was trailing by so much, and then she lost here by 4 points. So
Mm-hmm.
so it'll be those four going to Milano unless something weird happens. But same four coming out of Cup of China going to the Olympics. Michelle, what were your impressions?
Interesting. Interesting competition. I was quite sad to see my fave Daiwei Dai down in fourth place. He had a rough competition. And I mean, I think it was a long shot to get him on the Olympic team to begin with, but I hope he has a good rest of the season and a better season next year. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't know
very
what
much.
happened with him. It
I
was
know.
very like it was just he never found his footing
Yeah,
this season.
yeah. Um, I mean, I agree. These events were very much what we expected. I think it was fun that there were some junior skaters that popped onto the podium in places we didn't expect. 14-year-old women's skater won the women's event, and she was on the Junior Grand Prix this year.
Yeah,
Jin
Shu
Shujian
Xianjin,
Shushian Shushian Jin. Yeah,
Shu Xianjin.
yeah. I was watching her. She's got triple Lutz, triple toe, and yeah, she's good, but age ineligible.
Yeah.
Would have been age ineligible even under the old rule. So
Well,
yeah.
what was also interesting was that there were a number of the top junior skaters who opted out of Chinese nationals this
Mm.
year. So like Yihan Wang, who
Mm-hmm.
is I believe going to Junior Worlds already, opted out. There are two Yihan Wangs, by the way. There's one who actually competed here, and then there's another one who is the one who has been doing very well on the
Mm-hmm.
Junior Grand Prix, and she opted out of this one. And then there were a couple of there was a the second pair at Junior Grand Prix final was a Zhang and Feng did not
Oh yeah.
come
Yeah.
to senior nationals either, but Guo and Zhang, your
Mm-hmm.
faves,
Our
did
quad twisties. Yeah.
and finished second.
Yeah. Let's go.
They were so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
They're
thought they
awesome.
outskated Sui and Han. Like
Yeah. You know,
technically, they outskated Sui and Han for
Sway
sure.
and Han were not as on it at this competition as I would have liked to see them, especially in the free skate. I still feel like they're not quite on their game yet. And it was interesting because the lifts, which were the initial issue they had at the beginning of the season, the lifts were definitely stronger, but the twist was crashy and small. A little tightness on the throw triple flip by Wenjing. Their side by sides were a problem. There just wasn't a lot of life in the program. I don't know. Maybe they just were having an off week, but
Yeah,
I had a lot of hope for them to kind of get back in
look very
shape for.
different by now.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think we saw some progress, but this wasn't the same amount of progress I'd hoped to see. I think it'd be interesting to see if they go to four continents just to get another
yeah.
competition under their
Well,
belts.
especially
But
given it's in Beijing,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
might as well.
you would think they would
Hmm.
go, but also would they benefit from more training?
Yeah.
Like competition training is very different than day-to-day training. You
Hmm.
you spend a lot more time recovering
Hmm.
and you spend a lot less time doing all of the like off ice stuff that you would
Hmm.
normally do. So, I think we'll see.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, for the pairs though, Zhang and Huang, who
Hmm.
were the ones who earned the spot earlier this season for the pairs for China, they ended up third here
Hmm.
and were nowhere close because they were trailing by what 7 points here to Sui and Han, and
Hmm.
we were all thinking, hoping that it would actually be a something of a competition here between the two, and one the skating and then two the judging. Like there was no way
There
it
was
was going
quite a
to.
bit of inflation in the judging here for certain people. I mean, this was Chanflation esque judging. It was making me nostalgic for
Chan
the days of Chanflation because this is the stuff we would see. It was wild.
Chanflation. I would
Yeah.
argue Chanflation was justified in a lot of ways.
Oh. Mm. Are we going to fight again?
Maybe we will.
When Patrick
Um,
was skating well, I was completely on board. But when he would get those scores with multiple mistakes, then I was just a little bit aggravated. Um, yeah. Um, and it's weird how it only came out that way at Skate Canada and other competitions. It just didn't work out that way. It was just it was a little interesting, a little confusing.
well,
But
Skate
speaking of
Canada.
crazy scores, this dance event was like Wang and Liu getting a 202. That was very generous. Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you look, the
Uh-huh.
scores were a little
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
they relatively speaking, everybody was where they should have been, right? I
Hmm.
think that's
Yeah.
probably the most important thing.
Except Die Way
Um,
Die.
except except I would die. But what was it? What I was gonna say was we're
Hmm.
skipping around here, but in the men's event, Yudong Chen was
Hmm.
second,
Hmm.
and he was he was not at Cup of China. It was Bo Yang Jin, it was Jiming Peng, and it was Dai Wei Dai who were at
Hmm.
Cup of China. So he didn't even have a chance to get to the Olympics, and he's been the one who has had the highest score for the Chinese men outside of
Hmm.
Bo Yang Jin all season, and this was the same thing here. He got the silver medal. So
Hmm.
um, I hope he continues to skate because
Hmm.
I think he's a great skater.
Did they put him on the Four Continents team?
I don't know. Not sure. I have to take a look at the entries. But yeah, that was Chinese nationals. The same four coming out of Cup of China going to the Olympics, and it'll be those four doing the team event. So you're going to see a lot of Bo Yangjin and Ru Yangzhang and Sui and Han and Wang and Lu go at Milan. So that's it. This is the last news of the week for 2025, at least for a full week of 2025 dates. And can't wait for 2026 to start. This will be pre-New Year's news of the week for everyone.
And who would have guessed that we would end the year fangirling not over figure skating but over hockey?
I know. I know.
I still don't know the rules, but I'm
You know
I've been
that
I've been in
whole
it.
at that whole scene where uh Shane gets checked, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, no spoilers here, and there will be lots of spoilers in the actual episode, but no spoilers here. There's this whole thing in hockey circles around how he was in the neutral zone and he
Mm,
should have paid attention much more, and that
mm,
the check was very much justified because you can quote unquote practically do
mm-hmm.
anything in the neutral zone. I don't know any of that stuff and whatnot, but that was a
I mean,
romantic and
granted,
tragic scene.
he's skating forward with his eyes looking back behind him at his long-term situationship, and that is never a good idea. You should be looking in the direction you're skating, especially
It's
when
the
you're in a
best.
combat sport.
It was a pivotal scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is Michelle and I actually pre-recorded the rest of this episode because we had to get it out of our systems the day
We
after the
were
premiere of the finale.
we were so wrecked. We almost recorded this on Christmas night. Then I was like, no, no, I gotta go to bed, and then we'll do it at 8 a.m. the next morning.
I was ready. I was ready to do it at 2 a.m. and just like cry my eyes out. So
Mm-hmm.
uh so that's what you're gonna hear for the rest of this podcast. But I had a couple things that I wanted to add. Again, no spoilers, but one was that I mistakenly said that Shane's dad said something that Shane's mom actually said. So this is an erratum for you all. This
Mm-hmm.
happened somewhere in like half an hour into our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you what it is because obviously, like spoilers, but
No matter
it,
which
it
parent said it, it was still super awkward. So it's a word you never want to hear one of your parents saying, especially to your face, especially about your significant
the,
other.
I mean, but some of the comedic moments in this
Yeah.
show were so well timed. The
Yes.
second thing I wanted to say, and I forgot to mention this during our show, was that there were a couple of unintentional nods to figure skating fandom
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't even realize they were doing. But when I was listening to it, it was like, oh yeah, um, two pieces of classical music that are very well used
Mm-hmm.
in figure skating that were used in one very pivotal scene and uh, one generally like
Mm-hmm.
expositional
Mm-hmm.
scene, but it was like the one of the scenes where they were in Russia, they had a very very heavy use of Rachmaninoff's piano concerto number 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very happy about that. And then there was a pivotal scene where they used Moonlight Sonata, and it was like the the combination of the emotions of that scene and the fact that they were using Moonlight
Mm-hmm.
Sonata just like
Mm-hmm.
shred me
Yeah.
into bits.
Yeah. I mean, and we also gave Natasha Mackay's 2022 Olympic short program a shout out.
I
So
I
if you,
that was
go
again
back and watch it. It was really
like
good.
again Jacob Tierney and or whoever your sound person is. I don't know if you know figure skating, but well,
Call
Jacob
us.
Tierney, obviously you don't know to figure skating because you just called it short form figure skating. as opposed to a short program, but
Yeah.
we love you nonetheless.
I mean, give us a call. We'll help you with season 2.
Exactly. All right. Well, without further ado, we're gonna switch over to the actual recorded part of this whole thing. But hope you all enjoy Michelle and me talking about our favorite heated rivalry.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. This is not what you're going to expect from a rocker skating podcast because it is a very special episode, another very special episode. If you didn't catch the first very special episode on Christmas, that was Jason Brown's interview. Please go back and watch it. But this one is a different thing. This one is two figure skating podcasters talking about a show about gay hockey players. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Jackie.
Have you recovered?
Not really. Not really.
I haven't either.
Oh my gosh. It is an Olympic sport, you know.
It is
We're
an
not that
Olympic
far
sport.
off. And they do go to the Olympics.
Yeah,
so.
they do. And they do watch figure skating.
Yeah.
Fair warning. So, podcast listeners, if you have come this far in this episode and you're like, what the heck is going on? And you're curious, go on and continue to listen to it because this will be unhinged. But fair warning, there will be spoilers galore. Because
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about this like we didn't watch the show. And for those of you who know, I'm going to tell you anyway, but those of you who don't know, this is about the new show, Heated Rivalry, that originally was a Canadian show from a distributor called Crave that got picked up by HBO Max
Bless up.
and has been spreading like wildfire. And
It's a cultural zeitgeist.
for real, like for real true reason, like that it is such a good show. And I don't think any show has left an imprint on me quite like this since Schitt's Creek. I think that was the last one where I was like, you know, like just clinging on to everything.
Yeah.
But this one also hit different, right? Because Schitt's Creek was a comedy. This one is meant to be a drama.
Romantic drama.
A romantic drama. And Schitt's Creek has, you know, all kinds of different storylines and, you know, 6.5 or 6 seasons or whatever it was. And this was 6 episodes of 1.5 relationships, really. I mean, it was 5 full episodes of one relationship and 1 episode of another, or one and a bit of another. Yeah.
It wasn't enough. What TV series has only 6 episodes? What season only has 6 episodes? We need more.
I mean,
And
that
like, come on.
that goes to show the sort of small
Yeah.
purse that this show got, right? Like
Canadian tax dollars.
I don't think any of the exactly. I don't think any of the people who were putting this show together would have thought this would go so big. But there's a wide range of people out there who are like, of course this was going to go big.
Yeah.
This genre goes big. Like they've been begging for this kind of genre to come out like this for years. I mean, Yuri on Ice was a thing, right? Like Yuri on Ice was a version of this genre of, boy love, or,
Mm-hmm.
male male
Mm-hmm.
relationships that are like so fantastical and romantic, and
And
but that
secret.
and secret, and this was a that was a cartoon, like a show with real people in it, and it's like it hits very differently.
Yeah. I feel like there's been a desire for something like this for like over a decade. I mean, I think back to like the One Direction fandom, and like there were lots and lots, and there still are lots of women in that fandom writing fanfic about the guys in it being secretly gay and in love with each other. I mean, you know, the Larry fans, hashtag Larry. And I don't know, it's
The
incredible. It just,
Larry fan.
yeah, it just hit like at the right moment. And I don't know. I also want to say, like we talked about this a little bit. It's incredible how I started the show thinking, oh, this is going to be some fun, smut. And it
Yes.
was at first. And then it like became this incredibly emotional drama that was so like wholesome and beautiful and just so satisfying.
we
Yeah.
we all thought that. We all thought this was going to be
Yeah.
6 episodes of smut, and we were
Yeah.
all in it. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, let's,
Yeah.
this is hot men, and,
Yeah.
hockey, and
Yeah.
a little bit of drama and stuff. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, this is like good mindless fun. It's like, it's like if Emily in Paris was like a smutty gay hockey
Yeah.
drama, right?
Yeah.
Um, but no, I agree with you. It became a very different thing, and
Yeah.
I never read the books. I didn't spoil
Uh,
myself by reading the books, and so
yeah.
I had no idea what was going to happen, and, I'm glad I didn't, because it was just it was such a lovely surprise every turn of
Mhm.
the way. Okay, for real this time.
Mhm.
Spoilers ahead. So if you do not want to listen to any spoilers, and I implore you, if you have a heart, go and watch this show. It
Yeah.
is just so good. But we're gonna start talking about stuff that happened
At the cottage.
at the
At the
cottage.
cottage.
Wait, but how did you get into this show? Like, how did you learn about this show?
Okay, so I was on Twitter and I saw somebody was talking about how the NFL posted a Thanksgiving message and they had used the font and like color scheme from Heated Rivalry, and they were like saying like, oh, someone like pulled this joke on the NFL, not NFL, NHL, the NHL, National Hockey League.
Yeah.
And they accidentally like put out a National Hockey League Happy Thanksgiving message in the Heated Rivalry font. And they were saying like, oh, someone at this organization played a joke on them, like they would never do this. And I'm like, what is that? And then shortly after that, I saw the trailer advertised to me on Max, so I watched it. I was like, oh, I'm watching this. I added it to my list, and then when it came
Wow.
out, I watched it that first day. But yeah,
So I,
how
I
about
knew
you?
about I knew about this like over the summer.
Uh huh.
My Instagram feed is like full of like upcoming shows for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I heard about the History of Sound, that Paul Mescal and Josh
Yeah.
O'Connor movie that just came out. I heard about that like years ago when they were first starting production. I was like, when
Mm.
is this thing coming out?
Yeah.
And so anytime there'd be something like remotely queer in the like
Yeah.
um the in the entertainment space that was coming up, I would hear about it. Like Heartstopper was like
Mm-hmm.
that, Overcompensating was like that, right? Like and I saw this in the summer, and it was like, oh, it's a Crave original series. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to figure out how to like,
Let's be some smut on a
yeah.
weird app.
Well, yeah, like how am I gonna watch this? I have to
Yeah.
watch this. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
And there are hot bodies on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then HBO Max picked it. I was like, okay, well, easy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's sort of how it happened.
Yeah.
But I, even when it came out, I wasn't like eagerly anticipating. I was like, oh, when it
Mm-hmm.
comes out, I'll like binge it all at once.
Yeah.
And then everybody around me started talking about it. I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
and I thought the whole thing had come out already.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
it turned out it was only 2 episodes, and the second episode, and I was like, "That's it? There's what else is
What
there?"
a tease.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tease.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's how it started, and now I had watched all of those episodes, the first five, sorry, the first four,
Hmm.
and then when I was coming home from Japan, I did a marathon of the first four, and then watched the fifth.
Yeah. Nick and I watched the fifth like right when it came out, and then we had to like not tell you stuff because
I
we were like
know.
waiting for you to watch it.
And then last night, I did a
Mhm.
whole marathon of 1 through 5,
Mhm.
and then watched number 6. And I have to temper myself, right? Because I have all the feels with the show,
Yeah.
and I don't want to dilute the feels by watching them
Uh-huh.
too many times.
Yeah,
So
but it is rewatchable. You like it's interesting to watch it again. You pick up new things.
yeah,
Um, because it's not as cheap smut as it seems like it's going to be. There's a lot more going on, and you pick it up on the rewatches.
yeah. Should we start with the cheap smut though?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the opening episode. I do remember seeing this on Instagram where they had uh, put out the clip of the gym scene
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
where they had like just worked out,
In the
and
middle of the night.
yeah, in the middle of the night they had just worked out, and they were sitting on the gym floor and just sort of like very like just like looking at each other
Yeah.
lustfully,
Yeah.
and
Sharing a
Ilya,
water bottle.
Ilya basically exerts his dominance
Yeah.
over Shane, and like
Yeah.
establishes this relationship of him being the dom,
Yeah.
and Shane being the sub, um and gives him the water bottle, and
Yeah.
then he drinks the water bottle,
Yeah.
and then Ilya goes more, and I'm like, I was like, is this gonna be what the series is about? I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to watch it right now.
Yeah. 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 It was like I know. I think that those actors like their authentic chemistry and like the way the scenes were written, it just like sucked you in and made you like interested in the characters.
They are so good.
Mhm.
Hudson Williams as Shane Hollander,
Mhm.
Connor Story as Ilya Rozanov,
Mhm.
or the two more characters we'll talk about at some point.
Mhm.
But those two, my goodness,
Yeah, especially seeing them in interviews and how different they're like. I'm always surprised that acting is like it's real. It's real. Their personalities are so different than these characters, and like especially seeing Connor put on the Ilya character, it's like he's like a shapeshifter. It's crazy.
so it's something. I gotta say, the first episode did hook me when uh, Ilya was going up the elevator, and so they started playing Sea Lion by Christ.
Yeah.
And we'll bring some figure skating into this, because Sea
Yeah, yeah.
Lion,
Who was that skater?
Natasha Mackay,
Yes.
her short program from
Yeah.
4 years ago. It was one of my favorite pieces of music.
I remember we asked her who choreographed that. Canadian guy. What was his name? But it was great.
Mark Pillay?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, the soundtrack is also so good.
Yes. And then there are these little nuances that come in later, like there's in the third episode, which is about a different set of guys. There's a scene where one of the guys tells the other one, one of the guys' female best friend tells the other one, he deserves sunshine. And then I don't know, are we doing spoilers? Are we doing spoilers?
Oh, we're doing spoilers.
When Shane has won the cup, which is like, I don't know, what is it in the NHL, the National Championship Cup or whatever?
The Stanley Cup. Oh, you're
Stanley
talking? No, wait,
Cup!
wait. You're talking about when Scott wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, when
Or
Scott wins the
wins
Stanley
the cup. It's not the Stanley Cup. It's the cup.
Cup.
They don't call
He
it the
wins
Stanley Cup.
The Rosanov Cup. And he like calls Kip, who his adorable boyfriend down from the stands. They're playing a song that's called "I Deserve Sunshine," and I didn't get that till Twitter pointed it out to me. I'm like,
Yep.
oh,
The
yeah, because
the
Scott deserves it too.
the way that I love a show or a movie with Easter eggs, and I love
Yes,
callbacks, and I
yeah,
love it when you watch it a few times and you're connecting things, and you're like, oh my god, like
mm-hmm,
these were real
yeah,
details that they were slaved over
mm-hmm,
for hours, days, whatever it
yeah,
was.
for us to discover.
Yeah, by the great Jacob
Yeah,
Tierney. I mean,
yeah,
he just did such an amazing job with
yeah.
everything.
But
Um,
like on the sunshine theme too. I mean, that was like that for that couple. But then with Shane and Ilya in the cottage episode, I mean, it starts with sunshine when Shane's picking him up at the airport, and then they're in that cottage that has all those windows, and it's
yeah,
like, I was on edge that whole final episode with those windows and the sun everywhere. I was like, it just anyway, yeah.
there was I was realizing also that there was a connection on in the final episode to the opening episode
Mm-hmm.
of their first hookup.
Mm-hmm.
So their very
Yeah.
first hookup, this is when they played Sea Lion,
Yeah.
and he goes up the elevator. Ilya goes up the elevator, and then the elevator stops, and he sees Shane's mom, and Shane's mom was going to go
Yes.
downstairs. Less about that, but
Forgot about that.
that part was always hilarious.
Yeah.
And it breathes a sigh
He
of
was
relief.
not deterred.
And then he goes upstairs to Shane's room,
Yeah.
and also uh, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about adult things like sex. Um, the he goes in, they have their first hookup, and it was sort of Ilya pinning Shane up against a wall in
Yeah.
the dark, and
Yeah.
Shane goes down on him.
Yeah.
And fast forward to the cottage where Shane was going to put down the blinds in his,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
windows full of
Oh my God.
cottage full of windows.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, no, we're gonna keep these
Yeah.
blinds up.
No dark.
And
Yeah.
it was the exact same configuration
Interesting.
of Ilya pinning Shane on the wall.
It's all choreographed.
Incredibly choreographed, and
Yeah.
it goes from smut to like romantic smut, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Uh-huh.
it was just so good.
It's funny too, these guys, like, they feel so intensely for each other, but it takes them like almost a decade to actually even admit it to themselves and to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8
Um,
years.
But
But
like,
the
yeah.
Ilya Rozanov character is so complex. I mean, both of them are very complex characters, but like the you really feel that the repression of him being Russian and his family, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he was like sort of out at
Mhm.
home being
Mhm.
bisexual, and like
Yeah.
Svetlana knows his his best girlfriend /
Yeah.
sometimes hookup woman. And like there are people who know, and
Yeah.
he feels like he's an outcast in Russia because people think he's
Different.
different, and his brother calls him the F word
Yeah.
in Russian, and all of that sort of stuff, and him just sort of repressing all of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then Shane being Asian,
Mm-hmm.
half Asian,
Mhm.
and having to deal with issues of being a perfectionist, and
Yeah.
all of that sort of stuff, and the
Having a really intense hockey mother.
yeah.
Really, really intense.
Can we talk about Yuna?
Yuna. When Ilya brought his mother up and he said, her name's Yuna, right? And is she Japanese? I 100% thought Shane was gonna be like, no, she's Korean. Because Shane, the actor, Hudson, is Korean in real life. But I guess she's Japanese in the book. He's like, yeah, she's Japanese. So Yeah, Yuna. Like Yuna
You,
Aoki.
yeah, like Yuna, okay, or Yuna Shiraiwa.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Yuna, Shane's mom is Yuna, and Ilya's mom is Irina. I mean, I
These
know
are
those
these are
are.
figure skating
I
names.
know. I kept being like, is it Rachel Reed, the original author of the author of the original books? Rachel
Yeah.
Reed, are you a figure skating
Well,
fan?
I think she would know what the short program is called, if so.
Well, okay. All right, we're gonna get into this one. So, what Michelle's referring to is in episode 3. There is
No, two.
oh, it was episode 2.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Episode 2. They're in Sochi for the 2014
So
Olympics,
she,
and the hockey guys from the U.S., which
Mhm.
it actually includes Scott, the guy
Yeah.
who eventually comes out in episode 3, were like, oh, you want to go to short
Short
form
form.
figure skating
Yeah.
tonight? And I'm
Short
like,
form men's figure skating.
short form men's figure skating, and I about lost it.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to rewind multiple times and like read the closed caption to
Yeah.
see, like, did I get that right? Did you
Yeah.
just say short form figure skating?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, they did.
Uh,
So Jacob Tierney, I don't know what you did with that, but
you need to watch some figure skating coverage with us.
short program. You're a Canadian. You're a
Yeah,
Canadian
yeah.
gay man. You should
Yeah.
know that it's called the short
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Um, and then fast forward to short form figure skating. Dylan Moskovich makes a cameo
In a
as
1970s figure skating costume.
as the Canadian figure skater Joe
Yeah.
that Shane is training buddies with
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
And he does a double toe and then ends his program, and we were all confused. As figure
Yeah.
skating fans, we were like, why would you do a double toe and end your program?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's either that he really backloaded his program and did his combination at the end
Yeah.
and did a double toe, or it was a choreographic double toe or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like
It
Katie
was-
Taylor doing a triple Lutz as her last element. But that's a triple Lutz. It's not a double toe.
A double toe, a choreographic double toe. Dylan Moskovich, maybe I need to text him and
Dylan Moskovich was on the Canadian Olympic team with Shane Hollander in Sochi.
yeah, exactly.
It's funny because that he got like Jacob Tierney gets that so wrong, like the name of it, the element, like just all that stuff. Yet the idea of the Canadian men's hockey team being friends with the skaters, like I'm sure that's true. I bet a lot of them came to see like Tessa and Scott compete in Sochi and in Pyeongchang. Like Scott was obsessed with hockey. He's friends with all those guys. But it's like that kind of friendliness within the team at the Olympics that is real. Yeah. I mean, I was joking last night. I think we need a Tessa and Scott cameo in season 2 when they go to Pyeongchang. And they don't even have to like, they could just like not identify who they are, just have them like run into Shane in the Olympic Village and be like, what's up?
I wonder if the 2018 Olympics is part of the books. I don't actually know.
Well, I looked
we'll
up
see.
the timeline last night, and the summer at the cottage is summer 2017.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to be. Because Russia wins, or Olympic athletes from Russia win the hockey, and Canada's third. So Ilya's got to get
Shane.
his Olympic gold medal because Shane already has one.
Shane.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was also thinking we need a Kirsten cameo because
Yeah,
she
we
was
had a Dylan
left
one.
out of Sochi. Should have been on the ice with Dylan. And she could play a women's long form figure skater named Joanne. And they could go see her compete.
Okay, speaking of fake names, I think you were surprised by this. I was. It took me a while to put two and two together and realize that the names that they use for each other, that Shane
Yeah.
and Ilya use for each other, are basically plays on their own
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
So
Jane
Shane is
is Shane.
Jane. Okay. Like
Yeah.
that for
Yeah.
people to be like, I had no idea. I was just like, I had no idea for
I
like
did. Yeah, I
multiple
know because
episodes.
Jane is like basic girl's name. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ilya is Lily,
Yeah.
which is like very close.
Rearrange the
And
letters.
then
Uh-huh.
Shane's like sort of girlfriend, Rose,
Huh.
is like
Oh.
Rose and of all these things.
Yeah. Rose Landry, I think, is supposed to be like Jennifer Lawrence, like with the older brothers and playing the blue character in X-Men. What did they
Was
call it?
that
Yeah, what was that? It was called
she was
like
the shapeshifter. Who's the
like
shapeshifter? Oh, Mystique?
yeah,
Was it
X
Mystique?
something X something she called them in the show. But yeah, and then she was getting the makeup Mystique. Yeah, I don't know. And
Mystique?
I feel like that conversation she had with him that was so like kind, but also like, yeah, it's okay, whatever, cool, let's be best friends. It was very J Law.
But you know what? The thing that I appreciated about the show too is that there was no like there was no reason for like gay tragedy.
Yes, totally. Oh my God. No kill your gays.
You know, as a gay man growing up with like
Mainstream
movies and
media.
things, right? Like it's like the first really big thing that you saw was Brokeback Mountain, and
Yeah.
tragedy.
Yeah.
You know you,
Yeah.
you see other depictions of gay men and what happens to
Mm.
them, and it's tragedy, right?
Yeah.
And it's the fact that we've had shows like Schitt's Creek and like Heartstopper, right, that show that gay and queer people can have happy endings,
Yeah.
right? Like uh, that hits home a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and I wrote an entire paper about representation for Asian people
Hmm.
in media, and the fact that we had an Asian Canadian person who was
Hmm.
the star of this show
Hmm.
is also like such a thing. And for me, that like I say this all the time, like anytime that I see uh, uh anytime I see an accepting parent,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fall into the puddle
Yeah.
because I
That
like
was like
you
really
know
well done, that scene at the
yeah
cottage
yeah
when, Shane is telling his mom that he tried so hard to be straight. And it's like he's so earnest about it. Like he's like, I'm really sorry. I tried to be this way and I couldn't. And it's just like, and her reaction was just really well done. And you could, I just felt like that just open, complete acceptance from her was, beautiful. It was really good. And I think it was important too to show that.
yeah so important for all kinds of things, and it sort of goes to show also like that the relationship between his parents and
Yeah.
him, and
Yeah.
how even stuff like the way that he came out to his parents was that his dad allowed him to have the room to come
Yeah.
out to his parents. Not like it wasn't
Confronting
like
him.
he didn't
Yeah.
confront him, nor did he go and like run back to his wife and was like, Guess what happened?"
Yeah.
Like she was completely shocked because he
Yeah.
didn't say anything to her.
Yeah. That was great too. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So that was, I mean, that episode, I was so nervous. Like someone's going to see them. Someone's going to see them. And it's not me on the pontoon boat with my binoculars looking in that glass house. But when his dad showed up, it was like, oh, and it's like you felt the tension. You felt all the tension with Shane. But then like, like you also kind of knew like it was going to be okay. And then it was. But his dad seeing them and just like running out of the house and driving
yeah.
away. It was funny. And it was funny on Twitter too, like a lot of the memes that I was seeing. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
so many memes. That's all I
Yeah.
got now.
Yeah.
Is
But
memes.
the fact that his dad didn't tell his mom he saw anything was great. I was like, that was very healthy, like emotionally healthy. Yeah. I also loved once his mom like got her mind around it. She was like, okay, we can monetize this. Let's tell your sponsors, like, oh, this is just a new detail. Okay, we can handle this. Let's go. We can make money off of this. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and that was great too. That's how she is. She's so career motivated and like promoting him motivated. And it's like, okay, well, this is this new thing. Let's use it. You know,
But also, it's like, she didn't care. She just wants her son to be happy, and like
to be good at hockey.
to be good at hockey. And she's literally like, Shane, you are in love with Ilya, and you don't hate him,
Yeah.
and that's okay
Yeah.
because he makes you happy. That's
Yeah.
great.
That scene when Ilya walked into their house and was sitting there like a little boy,
Oh my god!
like he got in trouble.
And he said lovers,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
and Shane was like,
Jesus Christ.
Shane was like, no, that's gross.
Yeah. And then he said it again.
No. His dad said.
Oh,
it.
his dad said it. Yeah. Yeah.
His dad said it.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not using the word lovers again. Yeah, that whole last episode went by in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally. I love that we got a little Scott and Kip at the beginning too. And Scott's speech I thought was great. I mean, I would like to think even in 2017, coming out like that would be really, I mean, I feel like it would. People on the internet would be so excited.
yeah.
I don't know anything about hockey. I don't know how they would react, but I feel like there'd be so much positivity outside hockey that it would, influence the tide of response. I love Kip. He's so cute.
Can we talk about that milkshake, the blueberry, the
Oh my God.
smoothie?
There's no banana in that smoothie. It's
there's
liquid.
there's nothing in that smoothie. It is blueberry juice.
Yeah. When you put banana in stuff, it makes it like thick. And
They
that's
could
like
have
sloshing around.
They could have at least made
Yeah.
this like magical blueberry smoothie.
Yeah. Like it'd be purple. It'd be great. Come on. There's a Heated Rivalry store. And I was looking at it because they have like pins and they have those banana socks.
The socks.
But the shipping is crazy. To ship to the US is like $27.
Canada.
But to ship, I was going to send it something to Barb's house and then just have her bring it to me. She lives in Toronto. It was $15. I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
my order was $30. This is crazy. You guys are crazy. I don't know
They
what
had
the
no
deal
budget.
is.
They
Yeah,
had
I
no
know.
budget.
I know. I figure they'll get that figured out very soon when they're getting cash from all the streaming this is doing on HBO. And also, it's so funny how HBO probably had no idea that there was going to be, like, on the day that the Stranger Things series finale comes out, there'd be hundreds of thousands of people on Twitter telling Netflix, who cares? We've got this show on HBO to watch.
HBO Max, whoever made this decision.
Hey, give them a raise.
Yeah, good job.
Lots of bonuses. A big holiday bonus. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't even talked about some of the like pivotal moments in those like middle episodes. The club scene with all the things she said. The fact that one scene has single-handedly brought back that song from the 90s.
And they're playing it at hockey games.
Yeah. Tattoos, all the things she said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have never appreciated that song as much as I do now.
Yeah, I know. With like the long yearning stares at the club with like just lights flashing and the music blasting. I saw Tattoo. So I've of all the Olympics I've worked, I've only gone to the opening and closing ceremony once. I went to both in Sochi. And Tattoo performed, I think, at the closing. And I got to see them live playing that song. And it was
of course they did all the things she said.
I know, it was so ironic because it's just ridiculous. We go into Sochi with this cloud of like homophobia and they're like all their anti-gay propaganda laws and all this stuff. And then they're like, let's get our, Russian girl group to sing their song about like, lesbian Catholic school love at this one of our big ceremonies that's going to be broadcast worldwide. I'm like, hello? But anyway, I was there for that gay propaganda. It was fabulous. Yeah.
There was apparently controversy about how it's actually not that gay. I'm not gonna talk about what that actually was because I don't have all the information.
One of the girls in the group has been pretty openly homophobic and said some bad stuff, but That's been like in recent years. At the time that it was popular, I think they were pretending they were in a relationship, or like they
Interesting.
were. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
which is all the better that they had the a cover of all the things you
Yeah.
said that also then played,
Yeah. Yeah.
which closed that episode.
Yeah.
But there was that episode, and there was
The bridge scene under the bridge.
oh, we're gonna talk about the bridge. Yes, we're
Okay.
gonna talk about the bridge.
Okay.
But the end of episode 5,
Huh.
when uh when Scott comes out and
Yeah. Yeah.
brings Kip down, and
Yeah.
then Ilya calls Shane, and he goes, "I'm coming to the cottage," and
Shane's like,
and like and both episode 4 and episode 5
huh?
both cut to black,
Yeah.
and both times I yelled at my television, like it was that kind of
Like,
moment
no.
of like oh my god, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen next?
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, Jacob Tierney,
Yeah.
such a great job with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the bridge scene,
Okay.
or whatever, the tunnel scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Connor
So
Story, the West Texan,
shapeshifter.
who has never spoken Russian in his life,
Yeah.
speaks
I mean,
a lot of Russian in this.
I've learning Russian. I've been learning for many years. He did a pretty good job with that. I mean, it was sounded good. And yeah, and it was so emotional.
It was like I just cannot imagine, like it's hard enough to
Yeah.
act out and recite words, right?
Yeah.
And make it the kind of emotions that you wanted to in your
Mhm.
own language,
Mhm.
and for you to have to do it in a language you've never spoken before.
And make it sound real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
I okay, just I mean, I keep like I need to stop like touching grass and thinking about reality. But in reality, there are so many Russians in hockey in the United States and in Canada. There's the teams are full of them. And I have to believe that Shane understood some of what Ilya said at the end there when he was like telling him he loved him in Russian. And I'm just thinking Shane just like went with it. Like he just was like, "Oh yeah, I don't understand any of that."
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean that was the moment when Ilya, after 7 years,
Yeah.
8 years, finally.
Admitted that to himself that he loved Shane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. More than anyone.
More than
Only
anything.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And then
mean,
he
it was
hated
just
Russia.
yeah.
I think he really felt it. Like he kept saying, "Oh, he wanted to go. He had to go back for the summer." It was like an obligation, and I think he finally admitted to himself that it was an obligation, and he
Right.
really didn't have to go. And then he started thinking about getting another passport.
Well, and it was the whole thing about like him not having anyone, right?
Yeah.
That was very evident in
Mhm.
that tunnel scene where he was like, my mom's gone, now my dad's gone, now my crazy brother I'm estranged to, and like
He
I
just
have
wants
no
my
one.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no one. Well, I have Svetlana, but she doesn't. I don't love her like I love you. Like that.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was so gut wrenching,
Mhm.
and just like such a beautifully done scene,
Mhm.
and like again, for him to do an entire monologue in Russian
Yeah.
is, and have it be that convincing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
have people who speak Russian be like, that's very convincing.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
oh
Yeah. He's a shapeshifter.
yes.
I learned that he speaks French too. I guess he lived in France for a while
My
and he could speak
God.
French.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a linguist.
He's a savant.
He just has a
Yeah.
has a knack for languages.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yeah. I think it's interesting too. He was in the Joker movie with Lady Gaga, and he played the young version of the Joker, I guess, when he was in jail, which I guess should have been kind of a breakout role, but the movie flopped so hard it like didn't. It was
That was the thing. There were people who were like, it's so good that that movie flopped because he would not have
Yeah.
been in this show
Yeah.
had he had his fame rose before this.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about Kip.
Talk about Kip.
Kip Kip
and
is
his
such
abs.
like okay. He is this character. This is just beautiful writing. He is a starving artist who lives with his dad in Brooklyn and works at a smoothie shop that's surprisingly large in Manhattan. And
Yeah,
yet,
where is this? Where is this smoothie
I
shop?
know
I
it's
have
like a Jamba Juice in the suburbs. It's so
no
big.
idea where. Like, and also, by the way, Scott Hunter, I love you, but your running
Can't
stance is a
run.
little bit nuts.
Yeah. I feel like that's the first time he's ever run. I do like that he runs in basically like skin tight clothing that shows every inch of
It's
his body, and he
it's
thinks he's
important.
like in the closet and he's running around like that with clearly everyone in Manhattan's going to be like, "Damn," when he
It's
goes by.
important. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. But Kip, like, and it just so happens that on top of all of this, he has, which is not addressed in the show, must be an insane gym addiction because, like, when he takes his shirt off, he has the most muscles I've ever seen in a way that doesn't look like offensive. Like, it's just the the ones on the sides, the obliques, like, oh my god. Yeah. He's a little prince.
Well, apparently, in the book,
Uh-huh.
Kip is described as someone who works out a lot.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah. I
it
understand why he needs
attracts
all those extra shifts at the smoothie shop because he's got to pay for his like private
trainer.
coaching at Equinox. Yeah.
You know he's working out at Equinox.
Yeah. He doesn't
There's
pay
no
he
way
lives with his dad because he can't afford rent because he has to spend all of his money on the gym.
on the gym. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
God,
And I love Kip's bestie who's just like so excited for all of this. Yeah.
the women on the show,
Yeah, they were great.
right? Between Elena, who's Kip's best friend,
Uh-huh.
and Svetlana,
Uh-huh.
who is Ilya's best friend, and
Yeah.
then eventually Rose Landry, who
Uh-huh.
becomes Shane's best friend. Like they're all just so like, go,
Yeah.
have
Supportive.
have the loves of your lives and go
Yeah.
do your things.
So the first time I watched episode 5, I noticed like when Svetlana is talking to Ilya in Russia, like after she breaks up the like fight with his brother, and she says she mentions Jane and says it like Shane, and then she says Shane. Jane, she, he is a lucky girl or whatever. Like basically admits that she knows. But earlier, when they have that scene on his bed and they're just talking earlier in the episode, she asks him these questions about Hollander before they
Yeah.
play the All-Star game, and like she knows, she
Yeah.
had she
Oh,
been
yeah.
known, like she knows.
I mean, she walks in on him watching a documentary on Shane's cottage.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
he's doing yoga
Yeah.
in his backyard,
Yeah.
which then
Yeah.
they referenced in the
Yeah.
last episode,
Yeah.
which I love. Again,
Yeah.
the just like
Yeah.
and then the reference at the end of the shoe tapping that was in the first
Yes.
episode to the
Oh,
last
yeah.
episode. Oh, it like so much of that, and it just eats you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But back to Svetlana. I
Huh.
mean, I think she had known for a while.
Huh. Yeah.
She's like, could you just tell me that it's Shane
Yeah.
so I can
Yeah.
stop?
Yeah.
Excited for season 2 when Hayden finds out that Boston Lily is Ilya. Hayden is
His bestie,
is Shane's best friend.
who has like 12 children.
Yeah.
I loved the scene when they went to the aquarium and he went with Hayden. Shane and Hayden go, and Hayden has his new infant with him and his 2 daughters, but you never see them. You just hear them like screaming off scene, but they're never on camera. I guess they didn't want to hire like the children actors, but
Oh
also
yeah, that
like
probably would
it
have been
was just-
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing that they did on the show, my goodness.
I also loved how Shane's mom got so defensive about Ilya potentially because Shane and Ilya come up with this plan for Ilya to go to Ottawa so that he's closer by and he could get Canadian citizenship more easily than American. And then Shane's mom is like, "You'd leave Boston? But they drafted you." Like she got a hockey mom all of a sudden. It was great.
And then she's like, you would leave Boston for Shane? And he's like,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, who
And
cares
he's like,
about Boston?
she's like, where's the loyalty?
Yeah. I have loyal to your son.
mugs.
Okay, so when I was looking for heated rivalry merch, I was looking for like pins or something. And they were so expensive shipping. And then I went on Etsy and I looked to see if they had anyone. And I saw one that was a Shane Hollander Ottawa something. And I'm like, is that what's going to happen? Is Shane going to end up going to Ottawa too? I don't know.
Don't tell me these things.
Well, I don't know because maybe it's in the book. Maybe he was at
Yeah,
Ottawa, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I am not reading them. I'm gonna somehow keep myself
Yeah.
unspoiled for the next season.
Okay. Yeah. But they've got to go to the Olympics. If they leave that out, I'm going to be. And you know what? They should if they go to skating at the Olympics, we should help them make it more authentic. The venue has to be purple. You need Jackie in the background of a shot, tweeting.
Jacob Tierney, if you're listening to this podcast and you need figure skating experts,
Yeah.
this is the way to go.
And I'm pretty sure that Kirsten can do a triple toe. Still.
Post baby.
Yeah, as soon as the baby's out, I'm sure she can get it back. And she can do a triple toe in the woman's long form.
Yeah, the long form. The long form. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've gushed plenty about this show. If you're still with us, folks, I'm willing to bet that by the time we're here at this part of the episode, it is now a cross between heated rivalry fans who have somehow found this podcast episode and figure skating fans who love heated rivalry, which
I watched it all
I know
with
there
us.
are many of them.
Yeah.
And some very confused figure skating fans who somehow fell asleep early on in this episode, who are just waking up and are like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, I need to watch it again. And I have another flight that I'm about to go on that I'm probably going to go and watch it again.
Back to Asia.
Back to Asia.
I mean, you should have probably just stayed there. That's a lot of flying.
I probably should have.
I mean, you would have been away from Franklin a little extra longer. I mean, and your husband, obviously, too. Is he coming with you?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. Well, then he would have met you there. I mean, that's a lot of flying.
It is a lot of flying.
Yeah.
Well, as Ariana Grande says, I have no tears left to cry. After Japan Nationals and heated rivalry episodes 5 and 6, I can't. But also, what a joyous way for us to end this otherwise crazy year with two of the best things that we have gotten all year long: Japan Nationals and heated rivalry. Can't wait for season 2, which won't happen for a while.
It'll be if it airs in winter 2027, we'll be like, yeah, we'll be older. We'll have a whole new crop of skaters. But okay, so they started playing in 2007 on the show. They didn't go to the Vancouver Olympics. I'm guessing because they were still too young and they were like rookies. But theoretically, they should have 2 Olympics in the next season if it covers the same time span.
Yeah, I was surprised that the book didn't have them go to the 2010 Olympics. I know they went to the 2014 Olympics because it was Russia and there was significance to Ilya and all the Ilya story and all of that. But I think given how good they were from the start, they probably would have been.
Yeah.
Unless the 2010 Olympics didn't have professional hockey players. I think it did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Anything else that you want to leave our audience with for heated rivalry?
God, I have so many things. I don't know. If you haven't watched it yet and you're still here, like, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna watch it again, and so is Jackie, and you should watch it too.
Yeah, agreed. I want to just leave with my reiteration of how great it is to see an East Asian character be a lead in a gay romantic drama. Like, all of those things. I not that I see myself in Shane. I'm not a hockey player, but like you feel seen, you feel represented.
Yeah.
And the things that he has to some of the things that he has to deal with as an Asian kid,
Mhm.
I was very
Mhm.
I was very empathetic about. But I also saw a couple things online where they were like, oh, it shows that like Ilya is a good leader and Shane
Mhm.
is a good player. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Let's not fall into that because Shane was also the captain of
Yeah.
his team
Yeah.
and he led his team to two
Yeah.
cups.
Yeah.
So don't call him just a good player because just because he's like more introverted
Yeah.
and insular in the way that he leads.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope in season 2 we get some more of them playing hockey together because that scene of them playing together at the All-Star game was really fun.
Yeah, like nobody saw any of that,
Yeah.
any of the like flirting on the ice.
Yeah. I think
His dad was like, All-Star game? That's where all your chemistry was.
yeah. It's interesting that's like such a sport that is so I want to say homophobic, but that just has such this culture of straightness and that you don't really think about it, that like the people around them aren't picking up on it. But I feel like if they were in a sport, a different sport, that this everyone would be seeing this. It's just like they're not looking for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this special episode of the Rocker Skating podcast. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. Michelle, did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun, and I'm thinking we might need to go to a hockey game in Milan.
Oh my God. Heated rivalry in
Yeah.
Milan. I still like NBC if you are anything of a bandwagon jumper, you would invite Hudson Williams and Connor Story to the Olympics and do something with them for
Yeah,
hockey.
let's do it. Let's do it. I'm whatever game we go to, I'm gonna bring a big sign that says "Kiss" and hold it up.
All right, well that was Unhinged. I hope you enjoyed it seriously because we've been sort of plotting something like this for the last few weeks, being like we need to do an episode. We need to
Yeah.
do an episode. Um, but yeah, that was Heated Rivalry. We'll be back for season 2, whenever that comes out. So for Michelle Ellis, this is Jackie Wong. We are both chief skate fans of Heated Rivalry
Yeah.
for rocker skating. And thank you, Tara, for listening to this and editing us because you probably have no idea what we're talking about. And we probably spoiled the entire show
Yeah.
for you if you haven't watched it. But we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.